Hey everyone, Creepy here. So today we're going to be talking about Acheeto and responding to one of his videos. This video is called She Got Cancelled for Being a Woman. Is that true? No, he's just lying. Anna Kasparian, I don't actually know how to pronounce her name. I have trouble with words, I'm not going to lie. Well, she works for the Young Turks and she tweeted out, "I'm a woman. Please don't ever refer to me as a person with a uterus, birthing person, or a person who menstruates." How do people not realize how degrading this is? You can support the transgender community without doing this stuff. Well, yes, you are a woman, and I do believe you have a uterus, and I do believe you have the ability to give birth, and you menstruate. These are all characteristics of people. The reason why people might use this is simply because there are trans men and trans women. Trans men might menstruate and do all that kind of stuff, whilst trans women don't do that stuff. So it's just being more inclusive of language. I usually agree with Anna on stuff, but I'm gonna have to disagree here. Also, no one's gonna stop calling you a woman, because that's what you are, but all of these things are either adjectives or descriptives of people.
Today I saw something actually pretty remarkable on Twitter, okay? I saw a woman getting canceled and getting put on blast for, get this, being a woman and wanting to be called a woman.
You're a dishonest hack.
Now, I know, it sounds too good to be true. You may be thinking that I'm fabricating a Twitter moment or misrepresenting what actually happened.
That is exactly what you were doing. You are misrepresenting the situation. The funny thing is, you hate women. You constantly attack women. You constantly attack gay people. You constantly attack all different types of minorities, but it appears you hate trans people the most. I mean, it makes sense because you're a person who openly supports libs of TikTok and uses them as a source.
But no, there was this lady on Twitter that basically said, I'm a woman, and that's what I am. So this was the tweet that started all the backlash. It says, "I'm a woman. Please don't ever refer to me as a person with a uterus, birthing person, or person who menstruates." How do people not realize how degrading this is? You can support the transgender community without doing this shit. And that's the entire tweet. Now, basically, what she's referring to is this push to kind of remove the word woman and man from, everyday use.
This isn't happening. People are just simply wanting to be more inclusive, so people will use other words to describe people. Man and woman are clearly still being used. Terms like birthing person are simply just made to refer to both cis women and trans men. It includes both categories.
Obviously is insane, and instead of using men and women, they would prefer to use language like person who births, or person with penis or some shit. I have no idea.
Yes, it's because there are different types of people who could fall under either of those categories while either being a woman or a man. It's not that hard to understand. You just pretend to be ignorant because you want an excuse to hate minorities.
So stupid. But the goal of this is to basically include transgender people into language.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that.
I think. Truthfully, I don't see the vision here. I don't know what they were cooking. I don't know who let them cook, but this is not gonna catch on. The tweet is correct in saying that it's degrading because you're only referring to somebody by their genitals.
You see, these terms are usually used within medical stuff. So, yes, they are going to talk about your genitals because those might be important if you go to the doctor. Because everyone's body is different, so it might be important to know that kind of stuff.
But also, I think that it's just corny. Imagine me saying, "Hey, this girl that I'm dating is a person with a uterus," or, "I'm sorry, I'm just dating a person with a uterus." What the hell? Do you know how many raised eyebrows I'll get if I try to interject that into one of my sentences in sort of an everyday interaction?
Yeah, because these are more medical terms. You would simply refer to them as a woman or a girl, depending on their age.
People are gonna think that I'm either trying to tell a joke or that I'm autistic. So I completely agree with the tweet that says we should just refer to women as women. I don't understand how that's controversial.
No one is saying that you shouldn't refer to women as women. Simply, cis women and some trans men will fall under the categories listed there, so therefore they would count for that in a medical sense. No one's going to use this as in a social way. This is going to simply be used for medical ways. People will just say cis woman, cis man, trans man. Those are going to be the terms still. Simply, these will be used for medical practice and stuff like that.
But I look at the replies to the tweet and the quote tweets, and oh my god, people are angry about this, man. And it's not even just the run-of-the-mill stuff, oh, it doesn't even hurt to be that inclusive, or, dude, do it for trans people or something, right? But now they're accusing her of being a hateful person. Now, I don't know who this person is, so maybe this individual has said some suspicious things.
The worst part about Acheeto is he literally never looks into literally any situation he ever covers. That's how we ended up being "Hey guys, I got these clips from libs and TikTok, yeah." You can't play the ignorant card forever, Acheeto. The funny thing is, if he actually did look into her, she's actually quite a progressive person, so he definitely would not ever support her on literally anything else
in her past, but my assumption is that people are likely calling her hateful based off of just this tweet. So anyways, let's take a look at these replies. This first reply here says, "Hi Anna, no one is asking you to call yourself or be called anything other than a woman. Anatomy-oriented language is used in a clinical context."
Whoa, no, wait, this is literally what I've been saying the entire time!
"Where anatomy is relevant. This argument is like a mousetrap set up by TERFs. Please don't take the bait." And somebody replied it to him with a screenshot that says, "Leaked documents from an assembly convened this week by the nation's largest teachers union alleged to show the National Education Association is debating a proposal to begin pushing the use of LGBTQIA+ inclusive language like birthing parent instead of mother and non-birthing parent instead of father in formal language used by state and local entities.
Once again, this is like formal stuff. This isn't like you're talking to some random person on the street.
So this argument, or really just this request to be called a woman, isn't a mousetrap, it's not bait. People are, in fact, pushing for the use of this language in non-doctor's office settings, non-clinical context.
Yeah, so the words are going to be used in both clinical and more formal context. Okay, who cares? Like, tell me what's wrong with these words. Like, could you ever give an actual reason why these are wrong or harmful? No, you can't, because they aren't. Also, just because, like, a single place is doing it doesn't mean literally anything. Like, if one person there was racist, that would make literally anyone who makes this argument racist. No one wanted it. It's a stupid argument. You're a moron. Most people just want this used in a clinical context, and just because some people might not agree with that doesn't mean anything. The whole point is that these words are usually going to be used in a clinical context.
As you can see, people are talking about introducing it into the education system, so at schools. So he's incorrect in saying that nobody is asking her to call herself anything other than a woman. Because as we just read, that's not true.
You are a moron, Acheeto. When people say nobody, they're being hyperbolic. Maybe some people might do it, but obviously what they're referring to is that most people will not do it. You are being purposely dishonest, Acheeto.
Somebody replied with just, Hitler liked your tweet, and that got 6,000 likes. So yes, it may be true that after all this time, Hitler may have not been pushing for, quote, gender-inclusive language.
I can't anymore. There's no reason to go on with Acheeto's video simply for the fact that that is a troll account. I would know. I follow that account. Well, I did when I had Twitter. They are literally a troll account. You just fell for a troll, and you're crying about it on a YouTube video. You are a sensitive little baby, Acheeto, who can throw all insults at all different type of minorities, but as soon as someone insults someone that you are on the side of in a situation, all of a sudden that's not okay. Especially when it's in such a joking manner. Also, yeah, Hitler did hate transgender people. In fact, he believed transgenderism was something made up by Jewish people. So during the book burnings, they burned Jewish books and gender theory books. Anyway, I'm so dead inside. Creeper out.
Socialism is when the government does stuff. And it's more socialism the more stuff it does. And if it does a real lot of stuff, it's communism.